order to fly with your service dog, you have to fill out the DOT transportation form and a service dog relief attestation, and then turn it into the airline that you're flying and wait for them to approve it before you can fly with your service dog. So I turned in all of our paperwork for Vegas yesterday because last week when I tried filling it out, it was not working and it got approved. So basically a few days or even sometimes up to a week after you turn in your service dog paperwork, the airline will tell you whether or not they've been approved, and it just says, like for me, it says, Sebastian, it's approved to travel. If you want to use this DOT paperwork up until a certain date, you can refer to case number whatever. And so then I just have that email on like standby and all of my papers ready to go in case something happens at the airport and we need it. But he is all clear to go to SuperZoo. Hi, buddy. But yeah, so I'm really excited to actually show you guys how the airport works. I'm going to film. We have a very early flight, so I'm going to film as much as I can. Again, I'm traveling by myself. This is the video I wanted to film when we were supposed to fly to Dallas. So welcome back, and let's get into it. It is 2:40. I'm going to get ready, get Sebastian ready, and we're gonna head to the airport. I'm sorry, it's really early. I'm sorry. I know. Also, I don't know how much I'm going to be filming of the actual process, but I'm going to try to answer some frequently asked questions about going through TSA, where service dogs use the bathroom, and just going through the airport with a service dog in general. So really, I only needed to wake up at like 3, but Hartsfield-Jackson only has one potty area before you hit TSA, and it's outside across the parking lot. So I'm trying to give Sebastian enough time to go pee and poop, because the last time we had this early of a flight, he was whining in line and we were like booking it to the service dog relief area. So I learned from my mistakes. I'm trying to give him plenty of time. Another question I get a lot is about withholding food and water before flights. This is why I try to fly early in the morning, because I fed him a dinner last night earlier than I normally do. So he ate at like 6 p.m. and he won't eat again until we land in Vegas. I've heard a lot of mixed opinions on how to withhold food and how many hours to withhold food. So I just try to fly early in the morning and just avoid the whole thing. If I do have to fly in the evening, he will do a breakfast. If it's like evening, if it's around like 3, he'll have a very light breakfast. But regardless, I have freeze-dried treats that I take with me to the airport, which are nutritious and can be used as a meal on their own. So he will be getting some treats, just not like a whole meal's worth of treats. Isn't that right? I know you're so tired. It's really early. Are you okay? And then the last step at home is that we do put a skier on here so that when my parents drop us off, it's just an easy, quick get out, say bye, check luggage, and go. I don't have to sit there and stall people because I'm putting my service dog gear on. So he's gone number 1 and won't go number 2, and this is the problem I have with him early in the morning, and he's going to get mad because we're going to get to TSA and he's going to have to go, and then I'm going to be stressed. Can we please go potty? Come on. He went to the bathroom, so now we are good to go to the airport, and then before we board the flight, he'll get to go to the service dog relief area and go one more time, but he should be good for TSA now. Thankfully, the special assistance line is open today, so I don't have to wait in the long line. Also, apparently you have to go to full service because they have to check your service dog papers, which they've never done that before, but apparently I was supposed to do that, so oops. So all his gear is about to come off. You have the option of either taking it off or they get a pat down. Sebastian doesn't like the pat down, so we take everything off. So the way TSA works is you can either take everything off of your dog and then you go through the scanner, your dog waits, you call your dog through, and then they wipe your hands to make sure there's not like any residue on them or something. The other option is you leave everything on and your dog gets a pat down, which Sebastian doesn't like, so we ungear him. But today something was setting it off, so I ended up having to get a pat down, which he did not love, which is fine. And a lot of the workers here are terrified of him and go screaming and are making it a big deal, so this is really fun. It is currently 4:45. My morning is off to a rough start. Another question we get asked a lot is about where service dogs use the bathroom. They actually have service dog relief areas in most airports. Some of them you do have to leave TSA, go outside the airport and come back in. Luckily, the Atlanta airport has spots like this. So there's a sink and stuff to wash your hands, the potty area, and then if they poop, there's poop bags, and then you like rinse it off with this little hose thing. Sebastian just used the potty. This is on the opposite side of our gate. So I don't know, it's still really early. I might let him go one more time before our flight. Sebastian. I'm really praying that nobody gets sat next to us because he's not fitting. So I had the row to myself, and then when I was boarding, they changed my seat. So I'm really hoping I keep the row to myself because Sebastian's not fitting on this plane under just my seat. We kept the whole row. This particular flight, we had the entire row to ourselves, so Sebastian was able to sprawl out, but usually, and according to the paperwork that you sign before being able to board with your service dog, they do have to fit within just your foot space. This can be really tricky because each flight is different, so in some planes, Sebastian fits really easily, and in others, he doesn't. The other option is that you can also buy an extra seat for your service dog. The next question I get asked actually happens after we get off, and are we allowed to ride in Ubers with service dogs? An Uber driver cannot deny your service dog coming in their car. However, I do go ahead and book the pet Ubers just because I don't like the confrontation. We've made it to our room here in Vegas, so I'm going to end this vlog and start the SuperZoo festivities after a nap.